Welcome to the Scenario Podcast, your guide to mental health and well-being. Each episode, we uncover practical tools, discuss expert insights, and explore how supplements can transform your mental health journey. Get ready to learn, grow, and thrive with us.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise, find those key insights, and hopefully deliver those aha moments for you. Today, we're diving into something almost everyone experiences, but maybe not everyone fully understands. I'm talking about overthinking. Just take a second, be honest. You're an overthinker. It's a word we use pretty casually, isn't it? Oh, I'm just overthinking it. Usually with a sigh, like it's a stress, worry, pure exhaustion. But what if there's more to it? Our mission today isn't just to define it. We want to reframe it entirely. We'll unpack its nature, the tiring parts for sure, but also its maybe hidden strengths and how to find some peace with it. Because there's definitely more going on than just worry.
That's exactly right. For a lot of people, their mind feels like this amazing machine, but it's just stuck on overdrive, constant loops. But this deep dive isn't about judging that. It's about really understanding what's happening inside and getting some practical strategies. And importantly, revealing the really valuable traits that often come with this deep way of thinking. You might find what feels like a burden is actually, a kind of superpower.
Okay, let's unpack that then. When we say our mind gets stuck on repeat, what does that actually, feel like? What are the details there?
Well, it's interesting because overthinking isn't just one thing. It's when your mind keeps going over the same thought or problem or even a memory again and again. But instead of processing it and moving on, you get trapped. It's a loop. And it's not just quick thought. It can feel like your brain is constantly working, trying to lift something really heavy. Mentally heavy. It's no wonder it's so exhausting. And we tend to see this loop in two main ways. First, there's rumination.
Rumination.
Yeah, that's focusing over and over on the past events, conversations you had, mistakes you think you made. You get stuck in self-criticism, maybe regret, replaying things, thinking, oh, I should have said this, or what if I done that differently? It's like a bad movie on repeat.
And the other form.
The other is worrying. And that's all about the future. It's imagining the worst-case scenarios, playing out all the potential negative outcomes. What if I completely bomb this presentation?
Or what if this relationship ends, that kind of thing.
Exactly. It's this constant, anxious look ahead into what might go wrong.
And the result of both of these, the rumination and the worrying, it often leads to that phrase, paralysis by analysis.
Absolutely. Paralysis by analysis. That's when you're so deep in analyzing every little detail, every possible outcome, every pro and con, that you just get stuck. You can't actually make a decision, can't take action.
Like your brain just freezes up.
Exactly. It's like having way too many browser tabs open and the whole system just crashes, trying to reload everything at once. And that's why even tiny decisions like, honestly, what to wear or what to order for lunch can suddenly feel massive, overwhelming.
Wow. Okay. So if that resonates with you listening, let's think about the signs. What are the common traits of someone who tends to think this deeply, maybe too deeply sometimes? Do any of these sound familiar?
Yeah, this is good for self-awareness. One huge sign is indecisiveness. Real indecisiveness, not just taking a moment, but getting truly stuck weighing every single possibility, making small choices feel like life or death decisions.
Right.
Then there's often perfectionism, and this isn't just wanting to do well, it's setting these impossible standards for yourself, which leads to this fear of starting anything until it feels perfect. But, perfect never really comes, does it? So you just procrastinate or keep tweaking things mentally.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Another big one is self-doubt. Just constantly questioning yourself, your skills, your decisions, your worth, often without any real reason. It's that inner critic just dialed way, way up. We also see people replaying the past, almost obsessively sometimes, going over old conversations, mistakes, wishing things were different, trying to squeeze out every last bit of regret. And maybe one of the most common and frustrating effects is difficulty sleeping.
Oh, definitely. The racing mind at night.
Exactly. Your brain just won't switch off. It's replaying the day, planning tomorrow's conversations in minute detail. It just steals your rest, leading to that chronic tired feeling.
Okay, but here's where we really want to maybe flip the script a bit. We usually talk about overthinking as purely negative, right? But is there another side, a side we miss, maybe even a powerful upside?
Absolutely, and this is crucial for reframing it. This intense thinking isn't always bad. Seriously, it can actually foster some incredibly valuable traits, things we often dismiss. Your overthinking isn't just seeing problems everywhere. It's like you're running simulations, stress testing scenarios, finding solutions others might completely miss.
So, like, better problem solving.
Exceptional problem-solving skills, often. Think about obsessing over a project. It might feel stressful, but maybe it leads you to this incredibly creative angle no one else thought of. Because you explored all the angles, and then there's empathy.
How does that connect?
Well, by thinking through so many scenarios, imagining how others might feel or react,
Okay.
overthinkers often develop this deep understanding of other people's perspectives. It's not just sympathy, it's really putting yourself in their shoes, which means you can give really thoughtful advice, build strong connections,
That makes sense.
and creativity too. Constantly asking what if, even if it starts from a worried place, can spark amazing new ideas. You're always exploring possibilities. It makes for natural innovators.
Okay, problem solving, empathy, creativity. What else?
Preparedness. Because you've already imagined so many outcomes, even the negative ones, you're often really ready for challenges.
You've thought through the contingency.
Exactly like a chess player, thinking several moves ahead. You're rarely caught completely off guard. But here's the key, right? The absolute key is learning how to channel these strengths, how to use that mental power without letting it just drain you dry.
Right. Channel it, don't drown in it. That sounds, well, it sounds great, but how? If you're stuck in those loops, how do you start channeling instead of just feeling drained? What's the first step? Because let's be real, while there are these strengths, we can't ignore the downsides. The impact on health, relationships, it's definitely a double-edged sword.
Oh, absolutely. The toll is significant. Mentally, those constant negative thought loops, they can definitely trigger or worsen anxiety, depression. Just that persistent feeling of unease. It's like living with this low-level static of stress all the time. It just wears you down emotionally.
And physically, too.
Yes, very much so. Sleep problems like insomnia are incredibly common, but also things like headaches, digestive issues. IBS is often linked muscle tension. It's your body reacting to that mental churn. And over the long term, that chronic stress can actually weaken your immune system, makes you more susceptible to getting sick.
Wow. What about relationships? How does it play out there?
It can put a real strain on them.
Yeah.
Constantly needing reassurance, for example. Or the opposite, reading too much into every little word or silence and then withdrawing.
Creates misunderstandings.
Exactly. With a partner, maybe you're always worrying about their feelings, which can come across as jealousy or neediness. Or you replay arguments endlessly. With friends, maybe you overanalyze texts or interactions, convince yourself they're upset, and pull back.
Or in work, analyzing feedback too much.
Yes, leading to massive self-doubt, making it harder to collaborate or feel confident in your role.
And, modern life doesn't help, does it? All the pressure to be perfect, the social media comparison,
Yeah.
it feels like it fuels that self-doubt.
It absolutely contributes. That constant comparison culture really feeds into the worry and rumination cycles. And from a clinical view, chronic overthinking is often linked to things like generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, where worry is just constant and excessive, or even OCD tendencies. Sometimes, too, it can stem from past trauma. Like overanalyzing becomes a way to try and predict threats and feel safe, even when the danger isn't actually there anymore.
Okay, so we've seen the complexity, the good and the bad. The big question then is, how do we actually do this? How do we shift from being swamped by these thoughts to actually using them constructively?
Right, let's get practical. Strategy 1, mindfulness and grounding.
Okay.
This is about pulling your focus into the present moment. Because rumination is past, worrying is future. The present is where you find relief. Things like meditation, yoga, even just simple breathing exercises can make a huge difference.
Any specific techniques?
One really good one is the 5-4-3-2-1 method. You stop and you consciously name 5 things you can see right now, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can physically feel, like your feet on the floor, the chair under you, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste.
Grounding yourself in your senses.
Exactly. It yanks you out of your head and into your immediate surroundings. It really can calm those racing thoughts quickly.
Okay, what else?
Number 2, healthy distractions. And this isn't about just ignoring the thoughts forever. It's about redirecting your energy when you're stuck in a loop. Get physical, go for a walk, do some exercise. Journaling is fantastic, gets the thoughts out of your head and onto paper. Or lose yourself in a creative hobby, painting, music, cooking, whatever works for you.
Breaking the cycle.
Precisely. Strategy 3, set time limits for thinking.
Like a worry appointment.
Kind of, yeah. Decide, okay, I'm going to give myself 15 minutes to really think about this problem. Let yourself analyze, brainstorm. But when that timer goes off, You make a decision, or at least decide on the next step, and consciously shift your focus. Move to action.
That takes discipline.
It does, but it's powerful. And finally, strategy 4. Don't hesitate to seek professional support. Especially if these patterns feel really overwhelming or are seriously impacting your life. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is particularly effective.
CBT.
Yeah, it helps you identify those unhelpful thought patterns, understand where they come from, and learn practical techniques to challenge and change them. Really good for breaking the overthinking cycle and tackling that indecisiveness.
You know, what really stands out is how this all comes back to the main idea. It's not about trying to silence your brain, is it? It's about learning to steer that powerful analytical mind you have, taking that attention to detail, that empathy, and directing it, turning it into a tool for problem solving and connection, instead of just a source of anxiety. Living with constant overthinking, it really can feel like you're carrying this invisible, heavy backpack all the time. The endless loops, the decision struggles, replaying everything. It's draining. But as we've really explored today, it is definitely not just a weakness. It's complex, sure, it has challenges, but it also holds incredible, often hidden potential.
Exactly right. The goal isn't really to stop thinking. I mean, that's impossible, right? It's to stop letting your thoughts completely control you. It's about building a more aware, more intentional relationship with your own mind. And by finding that balance through awareness, through these coping strategies we talked about, that tendency towards deep thinking can genuinely shift. It can transform from being this constant source of stress into a really powerful tool, a tool for growth, for resilience, and ultimately for finding a real, sustainable sense of peace. It lets you use those amazing strengths, the empathy, the problem solving, the creativity, without getting totally bogged down.
That's such a hopeful way to look at it. Fantastic reframing. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of overthinking.
Okay.
We really encourage you, our listeners, to reflect on this. Maybe think about which of those hidden strengths you recognize in yourself and how you might start to nurture it, rather than just fight against that busy brain of yours. Until next time, keep diving deep.
Thanks for tuning in to the Scenario Podcast. Don't forget to visit scenario.com for more expert tips, articles, and supplements designed to support your mental health. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and share it with a friend. Until next time, take care of yourself.